My goal is to cut government in half in 25 years, to get it down to the size where we can drown it in a bathtub. A quote from Grover Norquist from February 2001. We thought it was amusing, perhaps funny, 24 years ago when Grover Norquist said these words above. Well, it ain't funny now, is it? Instead of meticulously and methodically delving into the government to best determine how the agencies function and where savings might be found, this president has teamed up with the second most disturbing man in the world to go at spending with a chainsaw. I served on the House Appropriations Committee from 84 to 88. My introduction to this committee was a $40 million deficit left over from Governor Dick Snelling's administration. This would equate to about $122 million today. We had to make cuts and raise revenue. Some suggested that we simply cut 10% across the board, kind of like what you see happening today. The Republican chair of the committee stated that cutting 10% was the most irresponsible way that he could think of to address spending. Instead, he had us do the right thing, which was to delve into all the agencies and departments and see where we could save money. This effort, combined with raising revenue, allowed us to wipe out this deficit in 1 year. Some thought the antics Musk displayed with the chainsaw slashing away in his black pants and his black t-shirt and black jacket and black hat were in poor taste. Musk looked more like a villain in a Batman movie than a responsible person. The approach that the Trump administration is taking is exactly the opposite approach that we took in Vermont. His approach is the wrong thing to do. So why do it this way? Well, first, we have to ask, why is Musk doing this? His companies are losing money by the day. According to Forbes magazine, Forbes maintains a real-time billionaire wealth tracking tool, and it estimates the 53-year-old was worth $342.4 billion as of the close of business day on Thursday of a few weeks ago, down a whopping $121.2 billion from its all-time high of $464 billion on Saturday, December 17th of last year. He is still the richest person in the world, however. Did Musk know before offering his services and expertise to Trump that his company was sliding? Was his game to rebrand himself by hanging around with the president and remaking himself? If so, how's that working out? Losing $120 billion in a couple of months has got to hurt. Is it just a game to him? Here's a theory that I'll throw out there. Maybe their game is to keep us distracted with things like destroying due process law or illegally impeaching judges that rule against Trump or undermining the Constitution. While we're busy being distracted, Musk, Trump, etc. are working hard to gut our government to the point where it becomes grossly inefficient. Once that goal has been achieved, Trump can legitimately claim that government is not working. Of course, he'll deny that he had anything to do with it. He'll blame Musk or others. And he'll take on the role of Pontius Pilate, washing his hands of the mess he has created. The end game will become clear soon enough. The president will declare that our government is so inefficient and corrupt that the only option is to privatize it. When that day comes, then we'll get a clearer picture of who the real players are. Oligarchs from around the world will swoop in and offer to buy our government agencies and programs at rock-bottom prices and relieve the government of the burden of struggling to save them. The question we should be asking is whether or not the privatization of our government is in our best interest. We've done this with prisons. Quote, in 2015, then Senator Marco Rubio, now Secretary of State, was the largest beneficiary of donations from private prisons industry, and he oversaw the expansion of private prisons when he had the Florida House of Representatives seat. Private entities can, will, and do buy our leaders. Not to help you, but to help themselves. Currently, Elon Musk is spending $15 million, a pittance to him, to buy a Supreme Court justice seat in Wisconsin. That's part of the game, folks. If they own our leaders, they get what they want. As an aside here, the Supreme Court justice that he paid a lot of money for lost in Wisconsin. Who wouldn't want to control or own our public lands and our education systems, or our health and human services agencies, or our transportation, or our military? Grind these institutions down to the point where they're virtually useless, and then sell them off to the oligarchs who helped you succeed over the years. When asked if his new gold card would allow Russian oligarchs to buy citizenship for only $5 million, Trump replied, probably. There's no probably about it, folks. In exchange for selling our government institutions to the extremely rich, there would have to be a quid pro quo. The oligarchs would have to agree to spend millions of dollars in the elections to elect those who handed our government over to them and help them make billions of dollars. Not a bad deal for the oligarchs, but is it a good deal for you? Was this what you all voted for? My name is Bob Stannard, and this is being brought to you from the islands of the Bahamas. See you next time.